Hello there, welcome to FAFO's Journey Across the Bridge. I am Fozia. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. I know the camera is this way and I'm looking here. So let's try to look here. You have tuned in to where I am doing my healing, going from the mind, returning to the heart, to the center of who I am created to be, anchoring in my core. I am on the healing journey, never ends, of course, as we know. As long as we are alive, we're going to accumulate experiences that we need to process, heal, and release. So, but currently on the journey, there are less things that hurt. Less and less and less and less. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Less things that hurt. Right now I'm having this delicious meal. Some seasoned rice with shrimp, some pickles, and some stuffed jalapeno olives. I don't know if it's a premenopause thing, but I looked at pickles at the store and I was like, I want pickles. The spicy olives has been a while now, so it's like now it's just more. I've added pickles. When am I gonna look there? I'm gonna try to look at the green dot because that's where I'm supposed to be looking. So I'll try to remember that. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but let's start with 3 conscious breath. Again, you're tuned into FAFO's Journey Across the Bridge. As you can see, my voice is already changing now that I start talking. Yep. Not even anything yet, and my voice is already changing. So, welcome to FAFO's Journey Across the Bridge. I am Fozia. I'm happy to have you guys tuned in. And this is more just for me, capturing my healing process. And if I share anything that benefits you guys, I hope you make use of it. And if there's nothing of use to you, then just release it, leave it where it is. So 3 conscious breath, okay? The 3 conscious breath is so that I am anchored, I am present, so that I'm not just yapping around, and that I'm grounded. I'm also having it with some plantain chips and some water. Okay, let's eat. I'm gonna try to eat and talk. I really don't know exactly what I'm here to talk about, but you guys know how the eating and talking is a bit challenging because you're not supposed to be talking while you're eating. Some shrimp. What are you guys up to? I feel like, what year was this? 2019? I feel like a cycle that had started in 2019 and repeated a few times, has repeated recently. And it's a cycle of energies trying to get you out of your character and destroying relationships and connections, and I'm really not for it. Not that anyone is, unless those who benefit from people not being close. So anyways, today kind of had me in a me against the world. Me against the world. And then I had to kind of just like anchor down and say, hey, you know, first I was like, what a beautiful planet that we have. why have I spent almost 40 years being so focused on fear and being so focused on anger and all the pain and worried about connections and just fear of being alone? Why did I spend 40 years focused on that and not on the experience of this planet? I'm like, there's so much beauty, there's so much to experience, there's so much to take part in, there's so much just to be present with. And so I was like, no, that stops today. As if today that stops. Like, I am sufficient to be able to experience this planet on my own. That doesn't mean that there are not going to be communities that will show up and like connections that will come from me just going into this amazing experience that we call life, just with me, myself, and I. Why am I not seeing that sufficient? And why have I not been brave enough to like travel the world and just brave enough to experience life even more? And so I was like, that starts right now. Putting the fear, putting the need to be busy doing something. Because I was saying to myself yesterday, I said, I don't even know who I am outside of being a mother, a sister, a daughter. Like, who am I? Like, I don't even know who I am. And though I know who I am, I'm busy like creating a safety net, creating a safety nest to come into and relax and enjoy. But like, am I caging myself? The world is so expansive. I want to take part in it. And so, let's do 3 more conscious breaths. So I'm ready to take life by the horn. And that's it, that's all. I'm going to be eating while talking because I like when my food is nice and warm. Because it's cold. Cold. Cold and sour. I forgot. I didn't have a chance to take it out of the fridge earlier. And my glasses are on because without them on, I'm seeing my face all blurry. So they're staying on. I think I've been trying to control my life too much. Just holding on to the steering wheel like this. And I'm recovering. I am healing from back pain. I think it's called sciatic pain. I think a month and a half ago is when it started. After 2.5 weeks, it got better, but then it was still like hard to do certain movements. And now it's a lot better, but I can still feel the tension on my tailbone. And I was reading about it, and he talks about spiritually what it means, like the fear of moving forward, the fear of like taking steps. And I'm like, what are they talking? I felt like I was being gaslit. And then now when I think about it, I've really been really not trusting life for a very long time. And it's almost like one of those experiences where you're fighting with gravity so much that the force of gravity just is much more stronger than you, and then you either fight it and have a hard time and still is gonna like beat you up, or you're just gonna surrender and then have the current just pull you. And it is exhausting fighting the current, the changes of life, not trusting life. Plantain chips. I actually didn't even know. I think I was even in resistance I was resisting admitting that for so long as well. And I don't even know how. And I think I know how. Yesterday I was having a realization about how sometimes when you love people, you give like so many chances, and you're not realizing by doing that, you're kind of enabling the disrespect, enabling the abuse, enabling the bad behavior, because they're like, oh, she'll always be around. Oh, she'll always take it. And so while you're going, oh, I care about these people, let me give them chances, or I wouldn't want to be upset with them, or I wouldn't want to remove them from my life, or I wouldn't want to disconnect with them, or I wouldn't want them to have access to me. All you're doing is you're teaching people to keep stepping on you, to keep like treating you as a mat. When I finally realized that that's what it means, I was like, wait a minute. And sometimes you can apply that in intimate relationships with like a partner, but it's not often that we apply it elsewhere in intimate relationships with like close family members and so forth. But it's the same thing. I was like, oh my goodness. The same way I was allowing and giving a previous partner chances after chances to get it together, to treat me better. And they kept just like, not taking advantage of it. It was the same thing that was being done elsewhere. I was doing that same thing. Hey, I was giving warning. Hey, not realizing my warnings were like coming across to people like, and I don't think like that, right? I don't think like that. That's why it was so hard for me to picture that that's what people were getting from me, giving them chances after chances, that it meant I was not worthy of what I was asking, that I should be continued, like I should be treated with lack of respect, that I should not be appreciated, that I should be taken advantage of, that I should be, do you know what I mean? Like not seeing my presence and my connection as value, as worthy. And I was like, what? How did they conclude that? How did they conclude me giving them chances to get it right, to treat me better as, you're nobody? How did we get to you're nobody from me giving people chances because we have a close kinship? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's what... So when I had the realization that though I don't see it that way, the people were seeing my chances as they were never going to lose access to me. They were never going to get my heart to change towards them. They were never going to miss out on being people that are important and close to me. Like that, they never assumed their status would change. Because there's statuses that some are permanent, but even in those permanent statuses, you can still apply significance to it, significant or insignificant. You can do that. So So I think sometimes people assume that when they have a title that is normally supposed to be a permanent title, they think that title cannot adapt. It cannot adopt an additional title. So when I realized that, I wasn't even mad. I was like, it's my fault. It's my fault. I had a lesson already, and I didn't learn it. And I needed to be taught again by those that would have access to me regardless. So I needed to learn that just because people can have access to me regardless doesn't mean I can't put a firm boundary. And also, just because people are close to me, I gave the assumption that they wouldn't look at me giving them chances as like I was not worthy of respect, and that they couldn't lose access to me. I didn't understand. I didn't perceive it to be that. So it actually brings me so much peace. It's not even about like permanent disconnection with people or permanent loss of access to me. It's just I've arrived at the realization that anybody can misunderstand your value in their life, your presence in their life. They can take it for granted. For whatever reason, they can take it for granted. And when they take it for granted, it could represent so many things. At the end of the day, whatever it represents doesn't matter. People should not be used. People should not be opportunist. People should not be misused, right? Not handled well. When you undervalue somebody's contribution and presence in your life, and you haven't assessed the real value and contribution of theirs in your life, is you're lost. You know, it's like I'm trying not to like have a self-pity, and I'm trying as well not to beat up on myself, because it's like I didn't see that same way a partner can look at your efforts towards giving them many chances and saying, hey, I'm giving you a heads up, hey, I'm giving you a warning, and never assume that you're going to be like deuces. I never thought that other connections, other relationships that are also close and intimate can mimic the same thing. But it would make sense if God is like, I'm testing you to see if you really heal this thing. I'm testing you to see if you really release this thing. And I didn't know. And often they say when you are in a test, God is silent. And God has been silent for a long time. Like for me, I don't even know. Like, I think I need a new way to talk to God, because, listen. And so maybe I was in a test period where I was being tested with like all connections, all relationships. And it's like, it's almost like you are in a room and there's all these doors around the room. And all you go to a door and they're like, nope, they close it and it's a mirror. You go to the next one, nope, they close it and it's a mirror. Like they're mirroring it back to you what you need to be like growing in, which is the F around and find out. And it's like no matter who it is, you effed around, you found out. And it's not a temporary like you effed around and found out. The adjustment is made, the adjustment is permanent. It's a new thing has to grow out of it if both parties should choose to do so. Both parties will have to equally invest in having an outcome that is pleasant for both. It's not like because I play a certain role in people's life that they automatically, under the assumption that they have my commitment, my dedication, my focus, my loyalty, my respect, my appreciation, my contribution, limitlessly, like no, or even at all. So the way I made the shrimp, I sauteed it and then I cooked for maybe about 5-10 minutes to get out of the heat. Made some sauce for the rice. The rice was already cooked. It was leftover rice. I just made some seasoning with tomato sauce. Then I put the rice in, let the rice mix for a good moment, maybe 5-10 minutes. Put the shrimp back in, let it all cook together for 10 minutes. And the shrimp is like jumbo shrimp. It's so delicious. And I also had this realization a couple of days ago where I'm like, since I was 4, I have been crawling out of a, what are those called? Those like, it's not a rat hole. It's like I've been crawling. You know how those military tests, they go through these tight spaces. I've been crawling out of that since I was 4. Watching my back since I was 4. I've been like not having total mental peace for so long. Like there was a period where in the last couple of years where I was like, I just surrendered to fear. I was like, I'm tired of being afraid. And then when I struggle with like being able to provide for me and my household financially, then I would feel that fear again creep up, and it's like, what am I gonna do? And just thinking about being able to just be worry free. Like I spent 40 years in fear and worry. Worry had become almost like a default response. Worry and sadness. The sadness I had consciously worked on. The worry of like, just worried, how I'm gonna make ends meet, how am I gonna make this work out? It's like, where am I gonna live? What am I gonna do? Oh my god. Since I was 4. I'm almost an old lady. God damn it. Since I was 4, like I feel like I've been cheated. Like I want my youth back. I want like all of my energy and my flexibility. I want it back so I could be able to be like out there. I could be outside. Not crazy, but like, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be looking at this thing there. I'm looking. Oh, ya Allah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. So I need to work on some stuff because, yeah, I need to grow in some areas. But I don't want to worry anymore. I don't want to worry. I don't want to worry. I don't want to worry anymore. I don't want to be in fear anymore. Like, I remember my son said to me, he said, if someone has strong faith, why are they worried about evil eye? I don't want to worry anymore. It's exhausting. I want to just enjoy life. I want to enjoy life. I want to just enjoy life. Ugh. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. I'm such a spontaneous person when I want to get up and do something. I don't know. Let's have some pickles. One of the reasons I'm eating it is also for the sourness. Same thing with the olives, because it's spicy and yummy. Shocked. I was shocked yesterday. I was pulled out of character a little bit. And then when I was observing myself, I realized why I was so upset and so angry. It was the hypocrisy of knowing what's not acceptable and demanding better and refusing to give it to somebody who's saying, this is not acceptable, I deserve better. To me, that was like, what the? And then I realized why I wasn't receiving it for so many years is because I kept allowing and giving, and I kept readjusting, redrawing the boundary line. I kept giving chances and chances. Why would they? Why would they? So I've been able to land on my feet numerous times. I'm like a panther. So why so afraid? Why so full of worry? I think it's the fear of death. And the thing about it is, when you're living a fear of dying, you're not living. When you are living while being in fear of dying, you are not living at all. That's why I have not been living and being present and fully authentic in my being. So I'm gonna forgive myself, give myself grace, and I'm gonna go out there and not simply be excited about my life, but just savor life. I'm just gonna savor life. I'm gonna savor my life. I'm gonna savor the life of those that are around me. I'm just gonna savor. I'm gonna be just me. I'm just gonna be jolly. I'm gonna go back to being this jolly person that I've always been, just like skipping and like singing and like just jolly. Just gonna go back to like, this is my personal movie. This life that I'm living is my personal movie. I get to decide how, as the main character, how I am showing up. And the authentic me is a very jolly, happy, singing, skipping person. I miss that about me. Now that I know I'm tough, now that I know I'm a badass and don't mess with me, because you're gonna try and find out. Now that I know that, Now that I know, can nothing rob me of my peace. Now that I know that nothing serious is going on, that we're just here for this human experience on this beautiful planet, that we get to be part of an experience, I have nothing to lose and so much to gain. So worry, out the window. Fear, kicked out right behind it. And in the words of Dr. Phil, I am excited about my life. Not the future, but now. I'm excited now. I'm excited and I am satisfied with my delicious meal. I'm satisfied that I'm going to climb into my bed and I'm going to watch some great action episodes on Netflix. I'm excited about just sleeping in. I've been sleeping in, guys. And I don't have to be what people want me to be. I'm going to be me, and who I am is extended to their experience should they choose to have it. I'm not going to be what people expect for me to be. I'm going to be who I am, and people can choose if they want to experience me and their reality. Okay? That sitting in nature today was good for me. It did me good. Ooh, spicy. Ooh. I'm Fuzia on my journey across the bridge, where I'm blooming, I'm blooming, I'm blooming, I'm blooming. Of course, there are things that I regret, and there are other things that I don't regret. I abandon the need to be perfect. I delete it, I get rid of it. Out the window it goes. I get rid of and delete the need to be perfect, perfectionist. Out the window it goes. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. And I take me as I am. So, hope that you are enjoying coming along with me on this journey where I am returning to self, where I have returned to self. I have returned to self. I have returned to me. I am Fuzia. I've returned to me. I am home. I returned home to myself. Alhamdulillahi wa Rabbil Alameen. I've returned home to myself. And I hope that as I'm doing the work, that it inspires you as you're watching to do your work so you can return home to yourself. Okay? If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed and you think I'm sharing some healing tools that are useful and you would like to subscribe, please go ahead and do so. If you have not hit the notification bell, it will help to do so as well, because sometimes I post and sometimes I don't. So at least when I post, you'll be informed. And share the video with somebody, or share it with yourself so you can watch it later if you want. Or share it with someone who might benefit from it. You never know. Sometimes we hear one word and it triggers a memory or trigger a healing. You just don't know. So if you think someone could benefit from it, then please go ahead and share it with them. If I've shared anything that's useful, please make use of it. If I have shared things that are not beneficial to you, then just walk away from it peacefully. And that's it. Bonsoir et bisous à tous. Good night. Thank you for tuning in to First Journey Across the Bridge. Bye.